excuse me for a moment. I'm in a deep conversation with my little polar bear friend over here. Coco's having a good time with him, it looks like. Good topic for conversations we have. Definitely. I could actually fill the entire episode with this, but let's not. Hello everyone, Treecks here, and welcome back to Crash Bandicoot 2. Last time we almost completely finished off the second hub world, the second warp room, as it is officially called. Even though we are still missing one of the gems in an earlier level, we are going to be finishing off everything else today. There's still one more level we need to do, which is called the Eel Deal, which will be introducing us to one new setting in this game. It's not going to be the final one, of course. I think there's at least 3 more, but it is one of the final aesthetics we have not seen yet. It is time for Crash and Coco to go into the sewers. A special gem hides behind something fake. Please don't tell me that is going to be a deep fake. No, it will not, but I know where we need to look, so that's not going to be a problem. Time for the first sewer stage in this game. We need to be careful for all of the water in these stages. Not per se this one. There's nothing in this one, but keep that in mind. I'd like to use you in order to beat up this fan over here. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's quickly get rid of you guys, and then we can start talking about what's in the water over here. Eels. Electric eels even. They will actually electrify the water, so make sure not to be in it the moment he's electrocuting. Otherwise, you're going to lose your Aku Aku or your life if you don't have any. So keep that in mind. Whenever you see an eel swimming around in the water, don't go in it yourself. Then make use of the platforms. Those are usually there to help you. And first checkpoint. You we need to jump on. Every enemy that is spiky on the side, we can only jump on. Okay, for this one we need to be careful. There's no platforms now. Now! Ow! Still get hit. Split pathway. There's a Wampa fruit trail actually leading to the left, so I'm going to assume that's continuation. And I'm going to go towards the right. Into a room with a lot of nitro crates. A little bit too many. Looks like to be a locked door over here. However, this is actually the something fake that the hint talked about. This doorway is fake. And therefore we can go in it. And we already know what is going to be behind it. The game was already nice enough to actually talk about it. It's tempting to actually jump on the boxes over here, but these are the kind of boxes we don't want to do that on. Here we have some platforms, normal platforms. It's pretty easy to stay out of the water over here. Now, still not the end, but here is the end. The green gem is in our possession. And now for the most difficult part. Now we need to go back. And we know that moving towards the camera is not always easy. It's a 2.5D platformer and therefore don't have the ability to turn the camera around. You have to do it like this. Okay, nitro crates, be careful. Now we're going to walk into the fake door. And all of the nitro boxes behind that, be careful. Let's do this very slowly. Yeah, there we go. And back at the split pathway. Green gem is ours. Now let's make sure to reach a checkpoint so we can actually save that progress. And I see one over there. Boom. Let's save our game in the bonus zone. That is of course also a way to save, as you may remember. 14 boxes we need to break. Looks like pretty much all of them already. 11. And here are the final 3. So, we're done. That was an easy bounce. They don't always come this easy. Right, game saved, and let's save it again. Because there's also a checkpoint. We can move on to the next part of the stage. Only having to worry about reaching the end normally. Wampa fruit trail leading to the left. This time around I think the continuation is to the right actually. Ow. Excuse me for actually trying to look further into the stage. Yeah, indeed, because here is the crystal. Still required to pick up, of course, but other than that, it's a dead end. Just a couple of boxes we need to break. And ground pound. There we go. Tricky placement for the crystal, if I need to be honest. Actually put into a dead end situation. However, there is still the Wampa fruit trail that actually leads there, so still not too difficult to actually find. Don't care about you, Mr. Eel, or the nitro boxes that surround you. Fun fact, now that I look at these rolling barrels, there's actually also a Crash Team Racing stage based on the theming of this level. There's also a sewer stage in that. I always get reminded of that the moment I see those rolling barrels. Because I'm always very good at slamming into them the moment I'm racing on that stage. Yeah, I know I'm an idiot. I actually played Crash Team Racing before I ever played a regular Crash Bandicoot game. Okay, now we're in the lower area. These areas are actually pretty interesting because these actually have gratings that we can cling onto. And we actually need to platform that way. And we can also take care of the nitro boxes in here. And then checkpoint time. And time for us to actually do this part. There's obviously going to be enemies here. Simply avoid it. Just time it correctly. Just remember, you're not able to fall down. If you actually try, you will fall into some lava. You have to stay on the grating until we reach the end. This part can be pretty tricky later on, I can remember. Oh yeah, this part can also be pretty annoying. This jump in particular can be tricky to time. As I'm proving right now. Oh, I blame the camera angle for that. 87. I'm going to get my extra life back in here, I think. Because there's more than 13 over here. Thank you. 50. That is a landmark I don't want to actually fall down under again. Something I briefly did. Let's make sure not to die again. Okay, now jump as late as possible. Oh, it was even the final jump in the stage. I thought there was a little bit more to the stage than that, but I am apparently confusing that with a later stage, which also takes place in the sewers. This was it for the eel deal, apparently. The stage where we were able to bring back 2 gems at the same time. Almost wanted to say 2 crystals, but there's still only 1 crystal, of course. Regular gem for getting all of the boxes, and a special gem for finding a secret pathway. First stage in the game where we were able to do both of them in one run. Awesome. Time for Crash to talk to Cortex again, it looks like.
10 of 25 crystals. You're on your way. I'm running low on power, so communication from this point will be difficult. Remember, I'm counting on you.
Could you repeat that last part? Did not quite hear that one. But anyway, it was nothing too spectacular he actually needed to mention. What I'm going to mention right now is a little bit more spectacular. We have the next boss stage in this game. The second warp room actually has the Komodo Brothers, apparently. Oh, they're 2 lizards, actually. But that's why they're called Komodo Brothers. They are Komodo dragons. Well, these are the first animals that Cortex experimented on that I actually agree with. These guys are cool. As you can see, the bigger brother will actually spin the tinier brother. And the moment he's done, we can actually spin into him and that will hurt them. And then he will start throwing his swords again. Really easily avoided. And then Joe will get up again. The smaller brother is actually called Joe, the bigger one Mo. Komodo Joe and Komodo Mo. Oh, this boss fight is so easy. That's the only downside of these guys. They look cool, but they're pathetically easy. Just like the first boss, Ripperoo. This boss fight is not that spectacular. Only 3 hits. Time for Joe to get up again. I kind of feel sorry for Joe with the role he has in this boss fight. Actually being thrown around by his brother and then being thrown around by us. And there they go. I think this boss fight would have been way better if they actually gave them more hits. Only 3 is really pathetic in all honesty. I will give you more screen time in Crash Team Racing, Joe. Komodo Joe is also in Crash Team Racing, so we'll be seeing more lizard action in Crash later on. Now functioning as the boss of World 2. Which is actually done, so it is time for us to move on to the new unlocked world. This one actually making use of that sewer theming that we just came from. Time for the next cutscene.
Good show, Crash. The Komodo Brothers obviously lacked your mettle. But now's not the time to get cocky. There are still many crystals to obtain. Remember, the world is counting on you.
That is the way to put pressure on our shoulders, Cortex. The world is counting on us. And how do we save the world? Well, by beating the 3rd boss. Which is not unlocked yet, of course. First, we need to beat all of the stages. What are we dealing with this time around? Plant food. Sewer or later. Bear down. Road to ruin. Unbearable. A lot of bear stages, actually. But first we're going to get started with plant food, which is going to be the next river stage. And yes, you looked correctly. There's another special gem in this one, the yellow one. We need to beat the timer again in order to earn that one. And therefore pretty much saying we cannot do this one in one run. Getting all of the boxes and at the same time also beat the timer that's going to appear after the first checkpoint. I declare that impossible, so 2 runs are going to be necessary. Let's go focus on the first one for now. Beating the stage normally and getting all of the boxes. We know how the river stages work. Piranha plants, which are on loan from Mario. The regular piranhas in the water. Hippos that will fall into the water the moment you step on them. And of course, jet ski time. Ignore the timer. Like I said, we're not going to be working with that quite yet. Don't have the time for that. Going to need to boost over this whirlpool. I wonder how the nitro boxes are actually not being sucked into the whirlpools. Really close to them after all. Okay, first checkpoint upgraded to the 2nd checkpoint. And here are some TNT boxes. Remember, touch these. Because of the introduction of the nitro boxes in this game, it can be confusing, but the TNT boxes we do still need to break actually. There's no switch for that later on. And even here in the bounds we find TNT boxes. Okay, let's be quick for this one. There's a 1-up in this box. Jump and jump. Oh, 1-up. I was expecting Wampa fruit. 1-up is also nice, even better. And that way this bounce is done. 52 extra lives. Let's make that 53 and we can continue. Next jet ski section. Oh yeah, this part. This part is annoying to do with speedrun later on, I can already tell you. Stupid piranha plants are in the way if you're trying to do this fast. Here's the crystal. Impossible to not see. Before we go onto the jet ski, first go on this platform. There are going to be a couple of boxes all the way at the end of this section, so make sure to get those. The moment you jump on your jet ski, you're not able to actually go off anymore. And you're forced to skip this section. All of the boxes in the water we don't care about. We can actually break them like this. It's even more fun to do it like this. But technically you can also do it from the surface. Just jumping on them and then quickly jumping back. Help. And I was worried about the piranha plants in the speedrun, but they're already snapping me now. Yeah, it turned into our clear gem. We are amazing. And we are done with the stage for now. First 2 collectibles obtained. Just need to return for the third one. Which is of course going to be the first of 2 speedruns we need to do in this level. There's also still the relic run after all. The actual speedrun. But that we won't do until the game is done. I explained that in the first part. There's a reason why you don't want to do the relic run early on in this game. And therefore we're not doing it. But this speedrun we are going to do. We do still need the yellow gem. And for that we need to reach the first checkpoint. And then the timer will start going. And we need to beat that. And I can remember, and this one's even more difficult than the first one we did. This might take a couple of tries. Okay, let's not be stupid to grab this stopwatch accidentally. I'm so used to actually doing the speedruns and these relic runs, actually redoing the stage over and over again. But even in this one I'm sometimes stupid enough to pick up the clock. But this time we are not working on the relic, we're working on the yellow gem. And that is indeed also proven to be somewhat difficult. Let's get started again. Checkpoint, and then quickly start running, because then the timer will start. 1 minute, 10 seconds. Make sure not to forget on the Aku here. We definitely need it. We want that extra hit. Otherwise we're not going to come very far. No, dang it. Stupid nitro boxes. Keep on getting me. Jump over you. We're not doing perfectly, but we should still be fine. Get this one. These stupid piranha plants are going to be snapping me here. No! Thank you for missing me. 25 seconds, let's go. Cannot avoid you guys, I know. Come on. Oh, let's not get hit. Okay, we've got it. Still 10 seconds remaining. I actually thought this was a tighter fit, but I'll take it. Awesome. Another gem in our possession. Let's start cheering in this loading screen. Right, here we are. There it is. Thank you. Dr. Brio is going to be satisfied. Nice job, Coco. Next time we are going to continue in this game. Looking at my time, 18 minutes, which is not a whole lot, but yeah, all of these stages are not per se short. And since we did go over time in a couple of other episodes, sometimes it's not a bad idea to actually go under the time as well. Sooner or later, another stage with 2 gems, as you can see. By the looks of it, it is not going to be a special gem. We need to assume there's going to be a special mission in this stage. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you folks next time with the continuation of World 3. Treecks out.